This feeling is temporary. Everything in life is only temporary, including the low vibrations that you feel. And therefore getting the Holy Trinity, body, mind, spirit, back into alignment and life force energy running through you again. You're trying to control certain situations and the outcomes over time. This becomes a huge issue. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Andrea Johnson, Reiki master teacher and practitioner, energy worker, and spiritual lifestyle content maker. Hi, if you are new, I'd really appreciate it if you give my channel a like and subscribe. It really does help support me and helps me reach all of you beautiful souls out there to try and build a high vibe tribe. We're gonna roll with it, guys. In this series, I like to call it Conscious Coffee Talks. It's where I have a sit down with you guys, just like be chatting with a friend or something like that over a cup of coffee and a conscious topic. This is where I like to help people expand their consciousness, help you guys consciously create your life. With that being said, let's dive into today's topic, which is my favorite emotion of all time, anxiety. Who here has ever had anxiety? I suffered so bad from anxiety. It controlled my life. In this video, I'm gonna actually break down what anxiety is and why as humans get anxiety. I'm gonna go over what your soul is actually trying to tell you when you feel anxiety come on. And then I'm gonna go over some mindset shifts or get rid of it. All of these things that I'm gonna be sharing today are things that I have personally done in my spiritual and psychic development journey. I wanna share them with you guys because I really think that these are tactics that can help people and to help you understand yourself a little bit more and understand why these things are occurring and how you can take back control of your life. So let's first off go over what is anxiety and what's happening to your field when you're experiencing anxiety. And when I say field, I'm talking about your energetic field. What is anxiety? Anxiety is when you're not grounded. It's when your energy is not grounded in your body. And if you aren't familiar with energy, your energy is your soul. That's your unique bundle of energy. And when you have anxiety, it is not connected to the earth. And the earth meaning you're grounded in the root chakra. So what happens is all of this energy, all of your energy, your conscious thought gets up here in the mind. Your third eye becomes very overactive. So when we get anxiety, our energy and therefore conscious thought is not in the present moment. So it's taking our power away from us and therefore power away from the body, which is life force energy, right? So when this happens, we are projecting our energy either into the future or into the past. We're not in the right here, right now, in the ever now present moment. When this happens, it's causing our body to experience anxiety because when we are projecting into the future, it's basically because we're trying to anticipate certain outcomes out of fear, out of anxiety. So our brain is working in a way to try and protect us. It's trying to calculate certain situations and scenarios that could happen to us. Like if you ever play out the worst case scenario in your head, that is your brain trying to protect you per se. It's trying to vet out the danger to prevent that from happening, causing it to almost happen inside your body because the body and the body doesn't know the difference of what is real and what is imagination. More than likely, the anxiety is caused by some kind of a trigger. It's probably a trigger of a past trauma and something in your current situation triggered it, and therefore you're starting to freak out, and then you start playing all these worst case scenarios or these different things that can happen in your mind. Or something happened to you in the current now that triggered a trauma that happened to you in the past, and your body still remembers that on a cellular level, and it starts re-invoking the anxiety, the fear for you to run away. So the flight or fight system kicks on in the body. This is just humans' natural response for survival. It is the way the brain kind of tries to keep us safe, but instead it invokes the fear inside of us to run away, which this is actually a very tactical thing to do. Our bodies and our minds are smart. Evolution is smart. The problem with this, when this is chronically happening every day, so think about it, like you go to work, you have a stressful job, you have anxiety of like deadlines due, you have, situations like that. If you're not equipped to deal with it, body, mind, spirit, it's going to slowly deteriorate you. I really do believe that stress hormones are like the cause of dis-ease. It's an energy, it's a misalignment in your field, causing these hormones to release the flight or flight, and therefore it's taxing your body since these hormones are never shutting off. So you're always in this flight or fight mode. You're on your edge all day long if you don't know how to turn it off, or if you have a stressful job, or if you have a stressful life, you have family, you have all these responsibilities that you're telling yourself you have to do, all these expectations that you feel people have on you, or you're going to college and school, like you name it. Our society is addicted to stress. This weakens the immune system. This slowly shuts down your body. This makes it so much harder for your body to fight off disease or toxins, or properly detox the things that it needs to do on a daily basis just to survive. Over time, this becomes a huge issue. So you're probably thinking like, okay, I get what anxiety is. It's a survival technique. Yes, our society actually celebrates stress and anxiety because apparently that means you're successful. I don't know. Soul actually trying to tell us. When you feel anxious, there are certain reasons why. There are certain thoughts that are not in alignment with the situation at hand. You're misinterpreting what you're supposed to be getting out of a certain situation. Anxiety can mean several different things besides just survival techniques. One of them being you have a fear. Anxiety is fear, so therefore it's in misalignment with your soul naturally, because your soul is love. The essence of it is love, and therefore it is going to create resistance inside of you no matter what. To counteract this, you have to figure out what challenge in life it's trying to tell you you need to overcome, shifting your mindset or taking a different action, and therefore getting the Holy Trinity, body, mind, spirit, back into alignment and life force energy running through you again. First off is chronic anxiety is translated into fear. It is fear of the unknown. It can be telling you several things. One of them being you're not trusting. You're not letting go. You're trying to hold on to certain things, meaning control. You're trying to control certain situations and the outcomes of those situations, meaning expectations of situation. You might not be able to let go of certain expectations that you hold on others, expectations of who you need to be as a person, and so that causes anxiety because it's misalignment with who you really are. Expectations on what your life should look like. You're stressing yourself out trying to keep up with the Joneses. Ultimately, it is the fear of the lack of control in which you're holding on to all of these things. It's creating resistance in the body, so you try to control everything, and this is very much a root chakra issue. You do not feel safe, and this is why you're trying to do it. You're trying to control every action and every outcome, when ultimately control is an illusion. You can do things to try to help ease certain situations, actions, outcomes, like preparing, like if you have a test, you may need to study for a test, but ultimately it is a fear of lack of control. So the next form of what our soul is trying to communicate with us when we feel anxiety, it's actually a lack of faith. It's trying to tell us we have a lack of faith within the universe, within itself, the soul. It's not trusting that whatever's occurring in our life or what situations are occurring, that it wasn't meant for us, that we're not trusting that this is happening for a reason, and that the universe, God, your soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it, actually has our back and a grander reason for things to be occurring. The whole idea that everything in life happens for a reason, and it is for your evolution, and it really is. The universe would never give you more than what you can handle, and in the moment. You always receive what you need in the moment. Think about it. You've survived everything it has thrown at you. It may have not felt good. It may have been a challenge and you may have been tested, but you're here and you overcame it. The way that you should really look at these things instead of like, why is this happening to me? Why, instead of the victim mindset, because that's gonna take your power away. When you have anxiety come up with these situations, you have to look at them as opportunities. You have to see the opportunity to grow. You have to see the opportunity to evolve, because ultimately when you push past this fear, you push past the comfort zone and you actually see the lesson. I say lesson because nothing is right or wrong, and our soul already knows everything that it needs to know in learning. But we'll say the life lesson that the universe is testing you with, when you push past it and experience it, it's going to evolve you and grow you. And ultimately from that, you're going to have new opportunities arise that you wouldn't have taken before because you needed to push past the comfort zone. You needed to grow, to actually level up, to take this other opportunity, or for it to even manifest in your field energetically for you to match the said vibration. So look at it as a way for your soul to expand. Another thing with trusting and anxiety, it's you not trusting yourself. And this was something that really opened my eyes, this mindset shift. You're not trusting yourself to be able to handle whatever the universe gives you. Not being able to think that you can handle worst possible case scenarios, if they even occur. Not be prepared for it. So this is how you overcome this type of a fear, this anxiety. You have to prepare yourself, and you can think of it as the way of, if you have test anxiety, because I had test anxiety really bad, you just prepare for the test, and then that will help ease your anxiety when the test actually comes. Or say you have a presentation for work, you keep practicing and you get to know the material and you learn, and then that way when it comes time, yes, you still may be anxious, but it's a little bit better. And then you practice and you keep building that confidence and getting better and better and better, and the anxiety goes down as you keep going. It's a learning thing, but you actually have to trust yourself to be able to do it. You have to trust yourself that the universe gave this opportunity for you to take on purpose, because you were ready. Us humans do not have confidence in ourselves. We'll be the first ones to critique ourselves and to judge ourselves. Well, at least maybe it's just me. Maybe it's Virgos. I don't know. But it's a lack of faith within ourselves, which means it's a lack of faith within the universe. So just trust yourself, and 9 times out of 10, we create the worst possible scenario, and most of the time, it doesn't even happen. We get scared for basically no reason most of the time. At least for me, I know that a lot of stuff I create, it's either not as bad as what I thought it was gonna be, or it doesn't even happen. And then I've stressed myself out for nothing. Create a plan. Create a plan. It will help ease the anxiety that if this thing were to occur. And trust yourself, you're gonna execute it. Let's talk about when they do occur. How do we process them? So what that means is when you get an emotion, which is energy emotion, which is anxiety, part of it, fear, that's an emotion. When you get that in the body, either it comes into your field from a trigger, or it is re-invoked by you, the creator, from said trauma that is your cells remember from a previous lifetime or past event that your memory picked up. When that happens, you have to lean into your uncomfortableness. And I know that sounds really counterintuitive to what we were taught, but when you start freaking out that you are getting anxious and you start panicking, it actually creates more of this energy, because your focus is on the fact that you have anxiety, and then it manifests even more. That's the whole law of attraction. So when you're putting emphasis on this anxiety you feel, like, oh, I feel anxious right now, like I can't feel this. Like when you even say like, I can't feel anxious right now, or I can't, I don't need to feel this right now, I don't want to feel it, you just create more of it. So what you have to do is lean into it. You have to actually acknowledge that you are anxious, and then you have to validate the fact that you are. Tell yourself, literally when this happens, tell yourself in your head that you're okay. Tell yourself everything is gonna be okay. I am fine. It is okay the way that I feel, because you're the one feeling it. Who cares what anybody else is gonna judge you for feeling anxious or why? It's in your reality, your universe, your body. Let yourself feel it. Let your body process it. When we shine light and acknowledge these things, our darkness, it goes away. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it goes away. The body will let it go. And that's just what happens. The body will process the energy and it will let it go, because your thoughts are not on the fact you're anxious. Your thoughts are on love. When you're giving yourself permission, you're showing yourself love to feel, and therefore it transmutes that anxious energy into love, which brings you back to a point of God. And light and dark cannot coexist. You need to watch my Soul's Purpose video and also my New Age religion video. I'll link those two down below. This is gonna go hand in hand, but it's gonna be slightly different. So now that you have validated your feelings and processed the energy, you need to actually learn from it. Now, this is not necessary, but most humans, to actually not have this occurrence again, need to be consciously aware what caused it, and then to shift the mindset around what caused it so that this does not happen again, or that you can immediately have the mindset shift once you've identified it to then let the energy go, rather than keeping on meeting it with love over and over, which you can do. I mean, that's the other alternative, but us humans like to assign logic to emotions. That's just our nature. And the other thing to do is just acknowledge that it's thoughts. Anxiety is just a thought. It's not real. It's not real. The body cannot tell the difference from what is real and what isn't real, from what the brain is showing it. It's kind of neat, but at the same time, not so neat. If you know how to manipulate it and use it to your advantage consciously. You're creating this motion inside of you, and you can uncreate it with just a shift in your thoughts. You are that powerful. You have the mind of God, and this is your intention of what is holding this energy in the body. You can shift it. We just don't like to think that we are that powerful, because that makes us take responsibility for the way that we feel and to fix it. Don't mind my cat. Their purrs are so healing. Cats are just wonderful animals. Let's talk about mindset shifts or some more of them. I know I went over some in the video, but let's go into a little bit more detail, and then I'll add in some more. So I've already mentioned this kind of before. A mindset shift you can use for the lack of control, or the feeling that you have to have control, is the universe has your back. You have to understand that the universe, God, spirit, whatever has your back, and what is occurring that is causing the anxiety or situation is happening for your highest good. You have to have the mindset that the universe is always happening for your highest good. Adopt it, whatever it may be, you're gonna manifest that. All roads lead to my highest good. So nothing happens by coincidence. You begin to realize that everything has a divine purpose and has a divine meaning for your evolution, for your highest benevolence. Even if in the time or in the moment it doesn't feel like it, there is a deeper meaning to what is going on. So what you have to do is learn from it. See it as an opportunity, because it is one, and then take it. Learn how to evolve and grow from it, and not let the anxiety consume you. It does not control you. You are the one creating it. It's counterintuitive. My next mindset shift: trust yourself. You trust the universe, you trust yourself. It goes hand in hand. You will be able to handle whatever situation the universe gives you. It will never give you something that you're not ready for. You have to meet it halfway though. Prepare for it. Do what you can to minimize the anxiousness, and the universe will meet you halfway. Prepare, and then the situation in which you feel is gonna be bad, something may happen to where it lessens it. So intention with your actions when you are planning and preparing is key. Think in your mind that if I do this, the universe is gonna meet me halfway. Something is gonna work out in my favor to help me out in this situation. Another thing, a mindset to adopt, is you can only control your own actions and your own feelings and your reaction to those things. Do not focus on what you cannot control. That is wasted energy. Worrying is wasted energy. My next tip, the greatest one that will shift the energy. Show yourself love and compassion in the moment. When you feel anxious, when you feel these low vibrations, when you're going through the thick of it, show yourself love and compassion. If you're not gonna do it for yourself, who else would do it for you? When you do this, when you show yourself love and compassion and actually allow yourself to feel the fear and acknowledge it and give yourself permission, validation in your feelings, it's gonna go away. It's gonna be transmuted into love, and therefore it'll be gone. Do not beat yourself up for feeling anxious. It will only create more anxiety. That is the law. Think about it. Conscious awareness, your attention is energy. So when you start freaking out about the fact you're anxious, you're going to get more and more and more anxious. Understand what you're feeling, even though it is valid. It's only a moment. It's only happening right here, right now, and it is not gonna last forever. This feeling is temporary. Everything in life is only temporary, including the low vibrations that you feel. You're not always gonna feel them. You're gonna survive this thing, this stress, and you're gonna evolve from it. It is going to make you better, your experience better, and it's going to show you more opportunities and therefore bring you more opportunities in your energetic field. You're gonna up level from this. Everybody's gonna get tired of repeating the same cycle. Eventually something will cause you to move and learn. It just depends on how loud the universe needs to speak to you to bring it to your attention. If everything fails, if all fails, every mindset shift, and you just cannot pull yourself from the thick of it, the spiraling down, I've been there before, the vortex of suck. If you cannot pull yourself from that, you give it to God. You, in the moment, surrender. You surrender and you say, God, please take this from me. Take this anxiety from me. And he will. It, he, whatever. It will go. You ask, you receive. That's how it works. But it is relief in the moment. God will give you strength when you ask for it. You always can find strength through God. Always. It is always with you. The consciousness of God is your consciousness, and therefore connected to you. This higher source is streaming through you. It hears you. It knows what you're going through. You have to ask for help. Allow it to step in and help you, but it does not relieve you from it happening again. It will not prevent it from happening again. And this is where people say life is a test, because whatever set it off is going to happen again. And then you will have the responsibility to work through whatever you need to shift your energy to up level, or else you stay stuck. All right, guys, I think that's all I really had on this topic. Like I said, this is something that really controlled my life. I had panic attacks. I had social anxiety, test anxiety, all of it, guys. Your girl, like, I was addicted to anxiety. I labeled myself as an anxious person. I just think our society glamorizes stress and high work ethic expectations when it's very much not life-giving. It's very much life-taking. Now, I think some of it is good, but chronic, like what we glamorize, I don't think so. I don't think that's good for anybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really do hope that it helps some of you out. I hope, if anything, it made you feel less alone, or maybe expanded your consciousness on what these things actually are, what is going on with the body and your mind, and how ultimately you really are in control of it. You're the one creating it. All you have to do, and I know it's easier said than done, guys. I've lived through it. I still do live through it, and I have to shift my mindset and use everything I talked about in today's video. I have to use it almost on a daily basis. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. And if you did, share it with somebody who you think that it could benefit. I am sending you guys all of my light and all of my love. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see ya.